guys, today for math, we're going to be learning what I like to call the EES method. So you may be thinking, Ms. Ost, what does that even stand for? Well, it stands for expression, E, explanation, E, and solve, S. So we're going to learn how to look at different word problems and use the EES method to solve. Because sometimes when we're looking at word problems, it can be a little difficult to figure out what they even want us to add or what they even want us to subtract. So listen to my first example. James has 45 baseball cards. Zane has 27 more baseball cards than James. How many baseball cards does Zane have? All right, so the first thing we need to do is write our expression or our equation. So listen closely. James has 45 baseball cards. So I see a number, I'm gonna write it. Go ahead, I know it's gonna be in my expression, just go ahead and write it down. Now let's look for the next number. Zane has 27 more baseball cards than James. Okay, so I see the number 45, got that, and now it says 27. Okay, well, how do I know if I'm supposed to add or subtract them? Let's look for a clue word. James has 45 baseball cards. Zane has 27 more baseball cards than James. So if he has more, am I going to add or subtract these numbers? I'm going to add them because more is a hint to say that I need to add. So done with our first step. That's our equation that we're working with, or our expression. We've done our first E. All right, now explanation. I can't talk today. Explanation. This is something that you can talk out or write out, but we know, how do we know that we have to add? So we know, you can put I know I need to add because Zane has more. Underline that keyword. Oh, it has 27 more, my bad. Baseball cards than James. I'm just explaining what I just talked about with you guys. So I know that because of the keyword more, I'm going to add. If I were to subtract, it would be less. So explanation, that's done. All right, now we need to solve. So I'm going to set it up vertically. 45 plus 27, same as over here. And now let's add. Starting with my ones, 5 plus 7. Well, I know that's 12, and I can't fit a 12 in the ones place because I can only do one digit, right? So we know we're going to have to regroup. You can use whatever regrouping method that you would like. Again, it's whatever works best for you. I personally like the expanded form version. You know that's my favorite, so that's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to go ahead and look at my numbers. 45, I know that's 40 plus 5. And 27, I know that that's 20 plus 7. And now I'm going to add my ones and I'm going to add my tens. So 40 plus 20 is 60. 5 plus 7 is 12. So then I'm going to add 60 plus 12 and I get 72. So going back to my original problem, James has 45 baseball cards. Zane has 27 more baseball cards than James. How many baseball cards does Zane have? I did 45 plus 27. I knew it was plus because Zane has 27 more baseball cards. So if I took away, that would mean he had less. And then I used my regrouping strategy of expanded form to figure out that 45 plus 27 is equal to 72. All right, guys, let's try one more just to make sure that we have got it. All right, listen carefully to the next problem we're going to do. Blake found 38 seashells and Tiara found 19 seashells. How many more seashells did Blake find than Tiara? All right, so with our expression, we're going to hunt for those numbers in our problems. So Blake found 38 seashells. So I'm going to stop right there. 38. Let me grab a new marker. This one is not cooperating with me, is it? So 38, next part of my problem. Tiara found 19 seashells. So I'm going to write 19. Now I need to figure out if it's going to be an addition or subtraction problem. How many more seashells did Blake find than Tiara? Well, last time I said more I would add, right? But I want to know how many more Blake had than Tiara. So in order to do that, I would need to subtract Tiara's number of seashells from Blake's to figure out the difference between the two. So see how that's a little bit different? If it said, how many more did Tiara have, then we would have added. But we're trying to figure out how many more Blake had. So my explanation for this is going to be, I know Blake has more seashells than Tiara. We want to know how many more he has. And you figure that out by subtracting. Now we need to solve. I'm going to line up my numbers, 10s and 1s, 38 minus 19. 8 minus 9, can you do it? Nope, we're going to have to regroup. Again, my favorite way is to use expanded form. You can do it a different way. This time, let's go ahead and take it on a number line. Let's do a different way. So if I'm going to go from 38 and I want to get to 19, all right, well, let's see. I know I can take it back to 30, and that'll be me jumping back 8 spaces. And then I can take it to, make this a little bit more realistic looking. And I could go to 20, and that would just be 10. And then 20 and 19, that's only 1 space. So now I just need to add up all of my spaces. So 1 plus 10 plus 8, 1 plus 10 is 11, plus 1 more, 1 plus 10 is 11 plus 8, it's 19. Or you could do expanded form or whatever method suits you the best. All right, guys, this is using the EES method, expression, explanation, and then solving for word problems. Go ahead and practice them on your own using this method.